The Siberian ibex and Sindh ibex are two vulnerable species of wild goat commonly found in Indian subcontinent. Wild goats are animals of mountain habitats and the species known as ibex. The Arunachal macaque, Macaca manzala, a relatively large brown primate with a comparatively short tail, is a macaque native to Arunachal Pradesh in northeastern India. Its species name comes from manzala, monkey of the deep forest, as it was called by the Drangmunpa tribe. The Asiatic lion, Panthera leopardsica, also known as the Indian lion and Persian lion, is a lion subspecies that lives as a single population in India's Gujarat state. It is listed as endangered on the Red list because of its small population size. The Assam macaque is a macaque of the Old World monkey family native to South and Southeast Asia. Since 2008, the species has been listed as near threatened by UCN, as it is experiencing significant declines due to hunting, habitat degradation and fragmentation. The Assam macaque has a yellowish-grey to dark brown pelage. The facial skin is dark brownish to purplish. The head has a dark fringe of hair on the cheeks directed backwards to the ears. The Bengal tiger is the most numerous tiger subspecies. The latest census estimated that 103 wild Bengal tigers are living in the country. Bengal tigers may weigh up to 325 kilograms and reach a head and body length of 320 centimeters. Himalayan blue sheep is called as burrel, found in the high Himalayas of India and a major food of the snow leopard. This medium-sized wild sheep is also known as the goat antelope of Himalayas. The black buck is an ungulate species of antelope endemic to the Indian subcontinent and falls in the category of near threatened. Black bucks are the only living species of the genus antelope, generally live on open plains and open woodlands. Indian black bear is also known by the names of Asiatic black bear, Tibetan black bear, Himalayan black bear and moon bear. They grow to a length of approximately 4 to 6 feet. Right from the nose to the tail. Is a medium-sized bear species native to Asia and largely adapted to arboreal life. It lives in the Himalayas, in the northern parts of the Indian subcontinent. The servant mouse or Bonehut's mouse is a species of rodent in the family Muridae. It is found only in the western Ghats of South India, where it is restricted to the locations of Iravakulam National Park, Avalanche, Kalapati, and Kunur. Indian camel is 6 feet long and weighs around 700 kilograms. It is 7 feet high from its hump. Its tail is 50 centimeters long. It is characterized by long curved neck, large mouth and high hump. They are usually brown or black in color. Camels' humps consist of stored fat, which they can metabolize when food and water is scarce. They have a third, clear eyelid that protects their eyes from blowing sand. 2 rows of long lashes also protect their eyes. Sand up the nose can be a problem, but not for camels. They can shut their nostrils during sandstorms. Humans have used camels as a means of transport for thousands of years. They can carry about 500 pounds on their backs, earning these beasts of burden a nickname, ships of the desert. Camel lives up to the 40 years of age. India camel is mostly found in the northwestern part of India, mostly in state of Rajasthan. They are also spotted in the Kaziranga and Desert National Park. The chinkara, also known as the Indian gazelle, ravine deer or Jabiya gazelle, is a gazelle species native to Iran, Pakistan, and India. The short flexible legs of the clouded leopard of India, along with its large paws and sharp claws, make it an excellent tree climber. Its tail is almost as long as its entire body, which serves as a further support in climbing. The state animal of Andaman is the dugong, also known as the sea cow, which can be found in Little Andaman. The dugong is a medium-sized marine mammal. It is one of 4 living species of the order Sirenia, which also includes 3 species of manatees. It is the only living representative of the once diverse family Dugonglidae. Fayer's leaf monkey, also known as Fayer's langur, golden langur, is a species of litung found in Southeast Asia. Its range includes Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, China, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. It is mostly arboreal and feeds on leaves of a large number of tree species. The Himalayan goral is a bovid species found across the Himalayas and classified as near threatened due to hunting and habitat loss. Himalayan gorals are found in the forests of the Himalayas, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. Hedgehog. The Himalayan serow is a goat antelope native to the eastern Himalayas. Male Himalayan serow in Pangolins Wildlife Sanctuary, Sikkim, India. The white-bellied musk deer or Himalayan musk deer species occurring in the Himalayas and listed as endangered. Himalayan musk deer is the state animal of Uttarakhand state and very well adapted for high-altitude alpine environments. The Himalayan tahr is one of the large ungulate native to the Himalayas mountain range and listed as near threatened due to hunting and habitat loss. Himalayan tahr is associated with wild sheep and goats. The Indian hare, also known as the black-naped hare, is a common species of hare found in the Indian subcontinent. The Indian hare is distributed throughout India, except the high reaches of the Himalayas and mangrove areas within the Sundarbans in the state of West Bengal. The Indian hog deer habitat ranges in mainland Asia to the Indo-Gangetic plains. Indian hog deers are found in Kaziranga National Park and listed as endangered animal of India. The marker is a large species of wild goat found in Indian-controlled Jammu and Kashmir and categorized as endangered species. Marker are adapted to mountainous terrain and typically inhabit scrub forests. The nilgai, also known as the blue bull, is the largest Indian antelope and one of the most commonly seen wild animals in India. Nilgai antelope are found throughout most of India and living in open grasslands and woodlands, plains and low hills with shrubs. The red panda, also called the lesser panda, the red bear cat, and the red cat bear, is a mammal native to the eastern Himalayas. It has reddish-brown fur, a long, shaggy tail, and a waddling gait due to its shorter front legs. It is slightly larger than a domestic cat. The Indian rhinoceros, also called the greater one-horned rhinoceros and Great Indian rhinoceros. Indian rhinoceros holds the distinction of being the fourth largest animal, after the three elephant species, known by the scientific name of Rhinoceros unicornis. The animal is found in only two places in the world, Assam, India, and Nepal. The Great Indian rhinoceros is a brilliant swimmer and has an acute sense of smell and hearing. The ruddy mongoose is a species of mongoose found in hill forests of peninsular India and Sri Lanka. This mongoose, along with the striped-necked mongoose, are the only mongoose species endemic to India and Sri Lanka. The ruddy mongoose is very closely related to Indian grey mongoose, but distinguished by its slightly larger size and black-tipped tail extending for 2 to 3 inches at the distal end. Sangai, the state animal of Manipur. Sangai is rare and endangered brown-antlered deer found only in Manipur. The Sangai is endemic to Manipur state, lives in the marshy wetland of the Loktak Lake, one of the 7 Ramsar sites in India. The snow leopard or ounce is a large cat native to the mountain ranges of Central and South Asia including India. It is listed as endangered on the Red List of threatened species. Snow leopard of India is grey in color and is covered with ringed spots and rosettes of black or brown. The striped hyena is a species of hyena native to North and East Africa, the Middle East, the Caucasus, Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent. It is listed by the UN as near threatened. In the Indian subcontinent, they inhabit open country, seashores as well as forests. The stump-tailed macaque, also called the bear macaque, is a species of macaque found in South Asia. In India, it is found in south of the Brahmaputra river, in the northeastern part of the country. Its range in India extends from Assam and Meghalaya to eastern Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura. It is primarily frugivorous, but eats many types of vegetation, such as seeds, leaves and roots, but also hunts freshwater crabs, frogs, bird eggs and insects. Indian wild ass, also known as cur, is one of the subspecies of wild ass belonging to southern Asia. The Indian wild ass, as with most other Asian wild ass subspecies, is quite different from the African wild ass species. The coat is usually sandy, but varies from reddish-gray, fawn, to pale chestnut. The wild water buffalo, also called Asian buffalo, Asiatic buffalo Anani or Aani, is a large bovine native to the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. It has been listed as endangered in the Red List. Wild water buffalo are larger and heavier than domestic buffalo, and weigh from 700 to 1,200 kilograms, 1,500 to 2,600 pounds. Both sexes carry horns that are heavy at the base and widely spreading up to 2 meters, 79 in, along the outer edges, exceeding in size the horns of any other living bovid. The black panther is a large member of the big cat family, native to Asia, Africa and the Americas. The panther is not a distinct species itself but is the general name used to refer to any black-colored feline of the big cat family, most notably leopards and jaguars. The Indian muntjac, also called red muntjac and barking deer, is a common muntjac deer species in South and Southeast Asia. It is listed as least concern on the red list. It has soft, short, brownish or grayish hair, sometimes with creamy markings. This species is omnivorous, feeding on grass, fruits, shoots, seeds, birds' eggs as well as small animal. The bonnet macaque is a macaque endemic to southern India. This old world monkey is a diurnal animal. It is 35 to 60 centimeters long plus a tail of 35 to 68 centimeters. Males weigh 5.5 to 9.0 kilograms. Females 3.5 to 4.5 kilograms. Captive monkey can live up to 35 years. The bonnet macaque feeds on fruits, nuts, seeds, flowers, invertebrates, and cereals. In southern India, this macaque exists as commensal to humans, feeding on food given by humans and raiding crops and houses. The gaur, also called Indian bison, is the largest extant bovine, native to South Asia and Southeast Asia. The species has been listed as vulnerable on the red list since 1986. As the population decline in parts of the species range is likely to be well over 70% during the last 3 generations. The gaur is the tallest species of wild cattle. Gaur are among the largest living land animals. Only elephants, rhinos, the hippopotamus and the giraffe consistently grow heavier. 2 species that naturally coexist with the gaur are heavier, the Asian elephant and Indian rhinoceros. Albino gaur or white bison are a type of gaur, occasionally seen in the Manjampati Valley. Now they are protected and their numbers are increasing substantially. The endangered gaur are the heaviest and most powerful of all wild bovines. These gaur are notable for their distinctive ash-grey color as opposed to the almost black color of most gaur. The dhole, also known as the Asiatic wild dog, Indian wild dog and the red dog, is an endangered wild dog native to the jungles of Asia. Although the dhole is very similar in appearance to the African wild dog and the bush dog, the dhole is the only member of its genus. And secondly, the smart, social animal has an amazing system of communication that allows them to make the most bizarre noises, ranging from whistles and growls to screams and even a chicken-like cluck. Slender lorises are a genus of loris native to India and Sri Lanka. The slender loris spends most of its life in trees, traveling along the top of branches with slow and precise movements. The grizzled giant squirrel is a large tree squirrel. The grizzled giant squirrel is listed as near threatened by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to habitat loss and hunting. Flying squirrels are a tribe of 44 species of squirrels in the family Sciuridae. They are not capable of flight in the same way as birds or bats but are able to glide from one tree to another with the aid of a pterygium, a furry, parachute-like membrane that stretches from wrist to ankle. Their long tail provides stability in flight. Anatomically they are very similar to other squirrels but have a number of adaptations to suit their lifestyle. Their limb bones are longer and their hand, foot bones and distal vertebrae are shorter. While flying they are able to steer and exert control over their glide path with their limbs and tail. The four-horned antelope or chausinga is a small antelope found in India and Nepal. This antelope has 4 horns, which distinguish it from most other bovids, which have 2 horns. The four-horned antelope feeds on grasses, herbs, shrubs, foliage, flowers and fruits. The Indian elephant is a subspecies of Asian elephant. Indian elephants have been domesticated for hundreds of years for foresting and often battle. There are many places across Southeast Asia where Indian elephants are kept for tourists to ride, and are often treated fairly badly. All Asian elephants are well known for their immense strength and friendliness towards humans. They feed mainly on grasses, but large amounts of tree bark, roots, leaves and small stems are also eaten. Cultivated crops such as bananas, rice and sugarcane are favored foods as well. Since they need to drink at least once a day, these elephants are always close to a source of fresh water. Elephants are not only a cultural icon in India and throughout Asia, they also help to maintain the integrity of their forest and grassland habitats. Wild boar is considered to be the wild antecedent of the domestic pig of the Indian subcontinent. The most noticeable as well as most distinguishing feature of the wild boars comprise of a pair of extended canines. These canines grow both upward as well as outward. Indian wild boars possess an acute sense of smell. Even their eyesight and hearing power is fairly strong. Wild boars can be found roaming around in groups, known as sounders. Indian wild boars are basically nocturnal creatures, which forage from dusk to dawn. When surprised or attacked, they may get aggressive. Indian leopard is a leopard subspecies widely distributed on the Indian subcontinent. The Indian leopard is one of the 5 big cats found on the Indian subcontinent, apart from Asiatic lion, Bengal tiger, snow leopard and clouded leopard. Indian leopards are nocturnal creatures and are considered to be one of the most surreptitious animals. They can easily make themselves undetected, even while living proximate to human settlements. Leopards are very good swimmers, but lead a solitary life. Occasionally, one can find them roaming in a group of 3 to 4 animals. They have an acute sense of hearing, along with sharp eyesight. They are very agile, and can run at over 58 km per hour, 36 miles per hour, leap over 6 meters, 20 feet, horizontally, and jump up to 3 meters, 9.8 feet, vertically. The Indian giant squirrel, or Malabar giant squirrel, is a large tree squirrel species genus Ratiofa native to India. It is a large-bodied diurnal, arboreal, and herbivorous squirrel found in South Asia. It is called Shekruin mariti and is state animal of Maharashtra. The Indian giant squirrel is an upper canopy-dwelling species, which rarely leaves the trees, and requires tall profusely branched trees for the construction of nests. It travels from tree to tree with jumps of up to 6 meters, 20 feet. When in danger, often freezes or flattens itself against the tree trunk, instead of fleeing. The giant squirrel is mostly active in the early hours of the morning and in the evening. The Indian grey mongoose or common grey mongoose is a mongoose species mainly found in West Asia and on the Indian subcontinent. In North Indian languages it is called Navalua. The grey mongoose is commonly found in open forests, scrublands and cultivated fields, often close to human habitation. It lives in burrows, hedgerows and thickets, among groves of trees, and takes shelter under rocks or bushes and even in drains. It is very bold and inquisitive but wary, seldom venturing far from cover. It climbs very well, usually found singly or in pairs. It preys on rodents, snakes, birds' eggs and hatchlings, lizards and variety of invertebrates. Along the Chambal River it occasionally feeds on gorilla eggs. It breeds throughout the year. The Indian star tortoise is a species of tortoise found in dry areas and scrub forest in India and Sri Lanka. This species is quite popular in the exotic pet trade. This tortoise occurs in semi-arid, thorny and grassland habitats. It is also found in some regions featuring a higher level of precipitation. Not surprisingly, given its propensity for grassland habitats, it grazes extensively upon mixed grasses, does not tolerate damp or cold, but does enjoy warm rainfall periodically. The Indian jackal, also known as the Himalayan jackal, is a subspecies of golden jackal native to Pakistan, India, Bhutan, Burma, and Nepal. Its karyotype is quite different from that of its Eurasian and African counterparts. It typically inhabits lowlands on the outskirts of towns, villages and farms, where they shelter in holes among ruins or dense brush. Except during hot periods, the Indian jackal usually only leaves its den at dusk and retires at dawn. It is the most common small wild cat in India. The jungle cat, also called red cat or swamp cat, is a medium-sized cat native to the Middle East, South and Southeast Asia to southern China. It inhabits places with adequate water and dense vegetation, such as swamps, wetlands and riparian areas. Despite its name, the jungle cat shuns rainforests and woodlands. It is common in agricultural lands, such as fields of bean and sugarcane, across its range, and has often been sighted near human settlements. The leopard cat is a small wild cat native to South, Southeast, and East Asia. Since 2002 it has been assessed as least concern on the Red List as it is widely distributed but threatened by habitat loss and hunting in parts of its range. A leopard cat is about the size of a domestic cat, but more slender, with longer legs and well-defined webs between its toes. They are able to tolerate human-modified landscapes with vegetation cover to some degree, and inhabit agriculturally used areas such as The Malabar large spotted civet, also known as the Malabar civet, is a vivarid endemic to the western Ghats of India. It is listed as critically endangered by IUCN as its population size is estimated to number fewer than 250 mature individuals, with no subpopulation greater than 50 individuals. It inhabited the forests and richly wooded lowland, and were occasionally found on elevated forest tracts. The mugger crocodile, also called the Indian, Indus, Persian, Sindhu, marsh crocodile or simply mugger, is found throughout the Indian subcontinent and the surrounding countries. The mugger crocodile is a skilled predator that preys on a variety of species. Like other crocodilians, they are ambush hunters and wait for their prey to come close. They mostly prey on fish, reptiles, birds and mammals. The mugger crocodile possesses the size to be a serious threat to humans but are not as aggressive as some other species. The Nilgiri marten is the only species of marten found in southern India. It occurs in the hills of the Nilgiris and parts of the western Ghats. The Tamil name is Nirnai. It is about 55 to 65 centimeters long from head to vent and has a tail of 40 to 45 centimeters. It weighs about 2.1 kilograms. It is diurnal, and though arboreal, descends to the ground occasionally. It is reported to prey on birds, small mammals and insects such as cicadas. The Oriental garden lizard, Eastern garden lizard or changeable lizard is an agamid lizard found widely distributed in Asia. It has also been introduced in many other parts of the world. The ground color is generally a light brownish olive, but the lizard can change it to bright red, to black, and to a mixture of both. This change is sometimes confined to the head, at other times diffused over the whole body and tail. A common state in which it may be seen is seated on a hedge or bush, with the tail and limbs black, head and neck yellow picked out with red, and the rest of the body red. India is home to 3 of the 13 species of otters found worldwide. These are Eurasian otter, smooth-coated otter and small-clawed otter. The smooth-coated otter is distributed throughout the country from the Himalayas southward. The common otter and the small-clawed otter are restricted to the Himalayas, to the north of the Ganges and to southern India. Otters are members of the mammalian family called Mustelidae. They are shy and have elusive habits, adapting to a variety of habitats ranging from marine to freshwater environments. The Asian palm civet, also called toddy cat, is a small member of the family Vivaridae native to South and Southeast Asia. In 2008, the IUCN classified the species as least concern as it is tolerant of a broad range of habitats. It is widely distributed with large populations. That in 2008, the Asian palm civet is a small, mottled grey and black vivarid weighing 2 to 5 kilograms. It usually inhabits primary forests, but also occurs at lower densities in secondary and selectively logged forest. The Indian pangolin, thick-tailed pangolin, or scaly anteater is a pangolin found in the plains and hills of India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan. It is not common anywhere in its range. Like other pangolins, it has large, overlapping scales on its body which act as armor. It can also curl itself into a ball as self-defense against predators such as the tiger. The color of its scales varies depending on the color of the earth in its surroundings. It is an insectivore that feeds on ants and termites, digging them out of mounds and logs using its long claws, which are as long as its forelimbs. It is nocturnal and rests in deep burrows during the day. The Indian pangolin is endangered by hunting for its meat and for various body parts used in traditional medicine. The Indian crested porcupine or Indian porcupine is a large species of hystricomorph rodent belonging to the Old World porcupine family, Hystricidae. It is native to southern Asia and the Middle East. The Indian crested porcupine is a large rodent, weighing 11 to 18 kilograms. Their body, from the nose to the base of the tail, measures between 70 to 90 centimeters, with the tail adding an additional 8 to 10 centimeters. 3. The lifespan of wild Indian crested porcupines is unknown, but the oldest known captive individual was a female that lived to be 27.1 years old. It is covered in multiple layers of modified hair called quills, with longer, thinner quills covering a layer of shorter, thicker ones. Chevrotains, also known as mouse deer, are small ungulates that make up the family Tragulidae. They are solitary or live in pairs, and feed almost exclusively on plant material. Depending on exact species, the Asian species weigh between 0.7 and 8.0 kilograms, and include the smallest ungulates in the world. The Telugu name for the Indian spotted chevrotain is Jerini pandi, which literally means a deer and a pig. The sambar is a large deer native to the Indian subcontinent, southern China and Southeast Asia. Although it primarily refers to a unicolor, the name sambar is also sometimes used to refer to the Philippine deer, called the Philippine sambar, and the Javan rusa, called the Sunda sambar. Sambar feed on a wide variety of vegetation, including grasses, foliage, browse, fruit, and water plants, depending on the local habitat. They also consume a great variety of shrubs and trees. They are a favorite prey item for tigers and Asiatic lions. In India, the sambar can comprise up to nearly 60% of the prey selected by the Bengal tiger. The cheetal, also known as spotted deer or axis deer, is a deer found in the Indian subcontinent. The species was first described by German naturalist Johann Christian Polycarp Erxleben in 1777. A moderate-sized deer, male cheetal reach nearly 90 centimeters, 35 in, and females 70 centimeters, 28 in, at the shoulder, while males weigh 30 to 75 kilograms, 66 to 165 pounds. The lighter females weigh 25 to 45 kilograms, 55 to 99 pounds. The species is sexually dimorphic. Males are larger than females, and antlers are present only on males. The upper parts are golden to rufous, completely covered in white spots. The abdomen, rump, throat, insides of legs, ears and tail are all white. The antlers, three-pronged, are nearly 1 meter, 3.3 feet, long. The sloth bear, also known as the labiated bear, is a nocturnal insectivorous bear species native to the Indian subcontinent. The sloth bear evolved from ancestral brown bears during the Pleistocene and shares features found in insect-eating mammals through convergent evolution. Sloth bears breed during spring and early summer and give birth near the beginning of winter. They feed on termites, honeybee colonies, and fruits. Sloth bears sometimes attack humans who encroach on their territories. The white tiger is a pigmentation variant of the Bengal tiger, which is reported in the wild from time to time in the Indian states of Assam, West Bengal and Bihar in the Sundarbans region and especially in the former state of Rewa. Such a tiger has the black stripes typical of the Bengal tiger, but carries a white or near white coat. When compared to Bengal tigers, the white Bengal tigers tend to grow faster and heavier than the orange Bengal tiger. They also tend to be somewhat bigger at birth, and as fully grown adults. White Bengal tigers are fully grown when they are 2 to 3 years of age. White male tigers reach weights of 200 to 230 kilograms and can grow up to 3 meters in length. Rotten's free-tailed bat is a free-tailed bat formerly considered to be confined to the Western Ghats area of India, though it has also recently been discovered in northeast India and in a remote part of Cambodia. It was listed as a critically endangered species due to habitat loss and a restricted range. Members of the family Melosidae roost in caves, hollow trees and human-made structures. Populations of this bat have been found in large natural caves, situated near forested areas.